Yo, what's cracking on my pimps out there? I know I've been gone for quite a minute. However, I'm back. And I hope I'm back for good. I just had some stuff going on. I was dealing with life. I was not really going through it, but just enjoying myself, out, going out there, making memories, all that fun stuff. So before I get into this banger of a video, you already see the title. Y'all know it's fire. So I just wanted to say one thing, and that is I might switch up the content a little bit into like some different type of, I guess, like cults and all that, like conspiracies and stuff. I'm just really interested in that stuff, and I make my production a lot higher quality for that because it's not just sitting here recording on a mic. It's a little bit different. I have to do some research and stuff. I have to put it into a Google Doc and read it off. But without further ado, let's get into this bitch on my mama, yes sir. Alright, so this story took place on July 4th of 2020. However, when we picked up the tabs, it was July 3rd, 2020. So we're going to start there. So it was around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Me and my homie James, we were kicking it in my room. And we were like, alright, we're bored. Let's buy some fucking weed. So we went on Snapchat, we're looking around. And he's like, yo, my plug, he's got tabs if you want to do them. And I'm like, yo, let's do them tomorrow at Jack's pool party. Now, Jack, he has a very nice house. He has a pool, a tiki bar. The backyard is just amazing, right? It's good for parties and stuff. So we were like, all right, yeah, let's do that. And I was like, how much are they? And he's like, $10 a tab. So I threw him 15. James had $15. And he went home at some point. I don't exactly remember. And later that night, he picked up from the plug. And I remember he sent me the picture of the tabs, and there were these tabs going around my area. It was like a raven bladder art. They were black, purple, and white. It looked super clean, and I just didn't know how potent these tabs were gonna be, but they were fucked. I'm seriously like, I've never had an acid trip like this. This was by far my favorite trip because of just how fun everything was, and like the visuals, man. The visuals just, they really made the trip for me. It wasn't that much of a mental high. It was more of like a visual good vibe kind of trip. So the next day rolls around, I wake up and I text James. I'm like, yo, what's the moves? And he's like, all right, I'm going to come over around like 4 o'clock. So he pushes up and he's got the tabs in the tin foil, and we bust them out and we cut them in half because him and me, we both wanted 1.5 each. So, and then we take out the tin foil again and we wrap it up and we put it in the back of our phones, and we're talking for like 10 minutes. And then we were like, all right, let's go back to your house. So me and James, we walk over to James's house, and we're sitting there, we're chilling in his room. And then we take these tabs, we put them on our tongues, we let them sit for 10, 15 minutes, whatever the hell it is. And after that point, it's kind of hard to remember certain stuff, so I might be a little like iffy, but we decided to walk out of his house and go over to Jack's house early because there was nothing else for us to do. So we walk over, we shake up Jack, and no one else was there at the time besides us three. So we walk in the back and we're just talking, relaxing. We're waiting for everyone else to show up. And then Chris gets there, and I think a couple other people get there as well, but they don't really matter in the story. So we get in our trunks and we hop in the water, right? Now, around like 30, 40 minutes has passed since we've taken these tabs. And me and James were looking at each other and we just start laughing hysterically. Keep in mind, right? So this party, it wasn't really like a party, it was like a gathering. So all of our parents are there and they're drinking, they're having fun. And me and James are just tripping. So we're looking at each other and we just start laughing so much because the come up, right? You just feel the electricity go out through your whole body, and it's like it's just a warm, it's like a good feeling, and it just, I don't know, it just makes you laugh. So after that goes by for like 10, 15 minutes, The acid is really starting to hit me, and I'm looking around, and I'm just seeing everything, slowly wiggle and move a little bit. And I'm just talking to my friends and stuff, and an hour goes by, right? I'm just like looking around, and then Chris is like, "Yo, I need to go get a change of clothes for later if we're gonna go do something else." So we're like, "All right, cool." Me, James, and Chris, we walk over to his house. It was just down the street from Jack's, and as I'm walking, I'm looking at the road, and it's just wiggling, and like there's colors coming out of the road. It looks like kind of like Rainbow Road on Mario Kart. Yeah. So I'm like, "Oh shit, yo, this is sick as hell." And we walk into Chris's house. He grabs his clothes or whatever, and we take a few pictures because why not? And we walk back, and this is like right around when the peak starts. So we all get back into the pool, and I'm like laying on my back looking towards the sky in the pool, and I can feel the water around me. It feels like I'm in the ocean, but it's like super comfortable. And I'm looking up, and I just see like an Aztec calendar just like appear, like it's like kind of see through, and it just it just blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, yo, what is that? Oh, sorry, I had to burp. Um, oh, where was I? Oh yeah. So I'm looking at this Aztec thing, and it just like it's slowly circling, and it's just looking dead at me, and I'm like, oh my god, like I don't know. I was just so like in awe, and then I reach my hand up, like grab it, I guess, and then the cloud next to it, it just moves with my hand, and I'm like, oh my god, yo, what's going on? So I'm for some reason, I just start moving my hands around, and I can move the clouds, and I just think to myself, let's make the cloud into a dick. So the cloud, it literally forms into a dick. Like it's got balls and a shaft and everything. And I'm like, what? How is that even like possible? So it starts like more coming out of it. Like it keeps multiplying. And it's just, I just start dying of laughter because there's a bunch of dicks in the sky. And I'm like, Jack, look, there's a bunch of dicks in the sky. And he's like, dude, no, there's fucking not. You're wilding right now. And so that happens for like 15 minutes or whatever. It was like a craziest experience ever. So then we just get out the pool, we all dry off and stuff. And I'm looking into the woods as I'm drying off straight in front of me. And I remember just seeing my vision, like it just drops from like 4K down to 16 pixels and then just gets wiped like a canvas on a painting. And it's just green and blue from the pool, and it just looks so beautiful. And then I shake my head, and it's gone. It's gone. And so I turn around. I'm like, yo, that was the craziest thing ever. And Jack's like, all right, we're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna hang out for a little. Come with us. So we walk upstairs. We're all kicking it. In his bonus room, it's like made for. He made it like for acid trips. Like he's got a bunch of like glowing shit in there, and it just looks super nice. So after a little while hanging out in there for like 30 minutes, me and James were relieved that we're not around the parents, so like we don't have to worry about getting caught or anything, because we were acting a fool. And then his mom comes up and it's like, okay, it's firework time. So we all walk downstairs. We walk into like the driveway area. And at this point, it's dark out. It's like not really super bright anymore. Like this day, it was like 90 degrees, super sunny. There was like an okay amount of clouds, not too many. And of course, but so we're laying in the grass pretty much. And I'm just tearing the grass apart because it feels so good between my fingers. And Jack, he starts lighting these fireworks. And you think fireworks on acid, the fireworks would look so cool, but they really don't. Like it's just a tiny bit more colorful. It doesn't really look that special. So I wasn't really that amazed by it. It also could have been, the tab was starting to wear off, kind of. So after, the fireworks, after like an hour, me, Chris, James, and Jack, we decide to walk back into my neighborhood. So we start walking back, and we cut between James's house, and we go down the street. We cut in between another house, and then we're in a construction site. And as I'm walking down this hill to like get onto the street of the construction site, I'm looking at this shadow from a light post, and it just turns into a shadow pyramid. And I'm like, yo, that's so sick. And everyone's like, yo, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I'm like, that shadow just turned into a pyramid. And they're like, nah, quit lying, quit lying. And I'm like, I swear to God. So I don't I don't know. This the visuals on this was insane. So we're walking to my house now, and we not crawl, fuck. We walk onto this grassy area, and we get over this little fence, and we're in my neighborhood now, and we're walking to my house. I'm looking at this other light post, like it's this long street, and at the end of the street is a light post. It's like it looks like a horror movie. I'm looking at it, and it just starts like it glows so bright I can't even look at it. I'm like holding my hand up, like not look at it, and I just walk past it. I just walk past it. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we walk into my house, and we go into my room, and we're chilling. We're bumping music. We're on my computer. We're all talking and stuff. I have my LED lights on, and they look just amazing. I have animations for them. And at that point, it was like 10:30, 11. And around that time, my mom comes home, and she comes in, and she's like, yo, y'all gotta go. It's time because I have work tomorrow. So we're like, okay, cool. They left. And as they left, around 10 minutes later, this acid hits me like a train. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, it just got super intense. And so I'm staring at my computer screen, and I'm just trying to focus on something. And then I'm just like, fuck it. I go over to my bed, and I lay down, and I turn on Family Guy. And I'm watching Family Guy. Well, I was watching it for like an hour and a half. And I just kept laughing because Peter Griffin would show up on the screen, and he would I don't know why, just Peter Griffin was so funny to me at that time. And then at that point, I was just like kind of done with Family Guy. I was like, yo, I need to do something else. So I hop on my phone, I go on Snapchat, and I start texting some females, right? I'm like, yo, what's up? And I asked one, a little bit. I'm like, yo, send me some titties. She sends the titties, and I do what I had to do, my job. And I will tell you right now, 8 out of 10 experience. That was pretty good. It was like you could feel it throughout your whole body. Oh my, that was crazy. So after that point, it was like 3 a.m. and I just kind of stayed up for like another hour, just watched a little bit more TV, and then I passed out, and I woke up, and it was done, man. Honestly, that's really it for today. I hope y'all appreciate this video. If you did, fuck with it heavy, you know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.